There's a lot of levels to it. There's a lot of layers. You know, on one level, it was about me getting understanding about how I relate to my fellow human beings, and mostly women, because that's where I had the problems with. And I said it before. I was paying a karmic debt to femininity, because I used to have sex with women and not love them, and I owed that debt of love to femininity. Um, so in order for me to be able to love completely, I needed to love women and not have sex with them to balance out. Even though it wasn't with individual women, it was with women in general. So I loved a lot of women in 2009 from all over the world, and didn't have sex with any of them. And it allowed me to pay back that karmic debt that I owed, and I was free to love completely. And it did a number on me. I had all these different young, beautiful women come to me from all over the world, and they were compelled to do it. It was really bizarre, and I fell in love with almost every one of them to some degree or extent, some more than others, but for sure. And when they left, and they all did, they took a little chunk of my heart. And at the end, I mean, it started in January with Crystal, and continued with Yan and Hannah and Dez, and I fell in love with all these women, and they took a chunk of my heart. And at the end of the summer, I had so much of my heart missing that it hurt. My chest hurt a lot. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest almost, or like I was under 20 feet of water. And I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know why all these women were coming to me. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing it. I was compelled. I mean, how do you say no to a young, beautiful woman wanting to spend time with you? And so I got a lot of help. I saw a doctor and a therapist and a psychiatrist and a shaman, and did a lot of sweats, and I figured out what it meant. I figured out that I needed to pay that karmic debt to femininity. And when I figured that out, the double rainbow came. I'm turning my land into what is, symbolically an ark. I have my own well, and I have fruit trees. 30 fruit trees are around there. I don't know, the number changes all the time. And vegetable gardens and greenhouses. And I want to get alternative energy. So it's kind of like an ark, for when the shit hits the fan. And so I was telling that to this woman that I was writing to. And when I sent that video, there's all this color in my living room. And I'm like, what's going on? So I grabbed my camera and turned it on, and that's the video. That's the double rainbow video. And I'm just going, this rainbow is so amazing. It's so bright and vivid and powerful and intense that I just got to capture the video. And because I'm a photographer, and I'm just thinking, there's no one lives near me. So I don't have any neighbors, so I could just yell and no one knows or cares. And I'm thinking, well, it doesn't matter what the audio is like, because I can always just delete the audio. So I'll just catch this video, and whatever flows through me, I'll just let it flow through me. I'm just appreciating it. And it turned out that I was in the presence of God. I mean, when I said, what does it mean? I said, that looks like God. It looked like a giant eye. It was a full disc of color. And I said, that looks like an eyeball. And what could have an eyeball that big? And I said, only God can have an eyeball that big. That's God's eye. He's looking at me. And I thought, why is God looking at me? You know, I mean, then of course all the thoughts about Noah and the ark and the rainbow came to me, and I thought, God has his eye on me because something, and I have to figure what it is. And I started thinking right away and getting downloads, and you know, it didn't have the full effect until it went viral. When it went viral, then I felt humanity's attention on me, and at first it was a new experience, and I didn't know how to relate to it. And the first few days it was trippy, and I went to a sweat, and it came out, and I hyperventilated in that sweat, which is something I'd never done, and the sweat leader helped me, and he helped me learn how to control it and figure it out, or I learned that with his help what I needed to do to control those thoughts and people's thinking about me and how to handle it. And the thinking that I came out with is that I just have to let it flow through me. I can't hold it. I can't accept it, or if I can accept it, but I can't keep it. I need to just let it pass. And it's what's kept me sane. It's what kept me the same person that I've always been. And you know, the life that I've lived as a violent life. It was intense, and then I was a firefighter for LA County Fire Department. I used to fly in helicopters to fight fires, and that was intense. And I came to live here and work in Yosemite, and that was intense. And you know, I've just always did intense things, and it's made me strong to be able to withstand or handle, you know, this thing that's come to me, which is fame and attention, and so yeah, I'm someone who was able to handle it because of the life that I've led, and not let it change me. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with changing it if it's not negative, and so I mean, it's probably changed me a little, but not much. So, and you know, probably not for the, well, the negative thing is that I've regained weight, but maybe I was going to do that anyway. I don't know. So that's probably something I need to talk about. I had lost 180 pounds from 2004 to 2009. I had gotten down to 275, and probably had gained 10 pounds back when I met Sage in 1980 and 2010. I met her in January 2010, and just a couple weeks after or 3 weeks maybe after the double rainbow happened, and Sage and I had been, you know, I was madly in love with her from the instant she contacted me, and when I met her, it was like I knew that she was my soulmate. I had never had any doubts or misgivings about that. Many times I doubted that we would actually be able to have a life together, and I still don't know that for sure. But as soon as I met her or found out about her, even before I met her, I was sure she was the love of my life, and I had written about her and knew she was coming. I mean, years before I met her, and I knew that I just needed to get to a good spot, that I needed to be ready before I could have that kind of love in a relationship. And so I mean, the double rainbow came, and then I met Sage, and then it went viral, and I got famous, and it makes sense to me that I would become famous because I live an amazing life, and to waste all this, I mean, it's compelled me to talk to more people and, you know, vlog about my life and all that. So boy, I've gone on for a long time. So I need to go on about the other things that the double rainbow video means. I've also come to understand that it's a mirror for humanity, so that they can look into their own soul. What you see when you see that video, because there's nobody in it. It's just a rainbow, and it would not be that special if you're not experiencing it through my eyes. And I'm an open and honest person, and because of that, people have attained a new consciousness, and it's spread throughout humanity. You see it on all art forms, and TV show after TV show is putting it in, mentioning it. You know, the list of it is very long. People that are just connecting to it, you know, and so the double rainbow video is a mirror. It's a mirror for your soul, so you can look into your own soul and see what you see. And the comments and your reaction when you see that video, that's what's inside of you. That's in your own head, because different people have different reactions to it, and it's the same video. So if you think you're on drugs, if you think I'm on drugs, it's because that's the only way you know how to relate to that kind of experience. If you think that it's pornographic, that's because you are getting a glimpse of my soul, and I'm a very sexual being. That's just how it is, and you're picking up on that. But there was nothing sexual about it. It's just who I am. You're looking into my soul, but you're also looking back at your own self, and that's how you're viewing it through your mind. And so you know, many people see it as a spiritual experience that I was communing with God, and that's what it was. I was in the presence of God. Oh, so here's my other theory. This is really good. What I've understood what the rainbow means, and regular rainbows as well as double rainbows, is that there is a rainbow all the time. It's always there. You just need the right light and moisture in the air, and you can see a rainbow. So what I've boiled it down to is that that's the spirit of the universe. It's always there. We can see it when the light and the moisture is at the right angles, but it's always there. In the moonlight, anytime there's light and you sprinkle water, you can see a rainbow. So it's always there. That's just how we see it. You're seeing the spirit of the universe, and that's what I saw when I saw that amazing rainbow. I said, that's the spirit of the universe right there. So with the first interview, you know, I was asked, was I surprised that this happened? And I said, no, I always knew this was going to happen, something like this. You know, I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was going to happen to my life. And, you know, they asked if I was surprised that the video went viral, and I was like, no. When I saw it, I knew that it was a viral video. And I sent it to everyone and said, send this to everyone you know, because this is going to be a viral video. So it didn't work, and no one knew me. But I had done the Jimmy Kimmel thing, you know, and Jimmy knew me, and Jimmy was impressed, and he recognized something powerful when he saw the video. So he used his mojo and spread it to humanity. So the questions that I got was, you know, was I surprised? No, I wasn't surprised. What does it mean? And so I had to start thinking, what does it mean? You know, I mean, why did that happen? And so I started opening my mind, and what came to me was that I had a message to give humanity, and the message, and I figured I needed to do bullet points, because I was gonna do a lot of press. And so the first thing that came out of it was that the message I had to give humanity was to love your fellow man, walk gently on Mother Earth, and connect to spirit. And then other things came to me, which like that I am only a vessel of the spirit of the universe and a servant for mankind. And so that was some of the early things that came out of what it means. And you know, within those things, if you start to break down that stuff, you know, the first thing that I talk about is love your fellow man. So the most important thing is love. And if you can love your fellow man like that's God, then that makes God happy. So the next thing is to recognize and appreciate the beauty and amazingness of Mother Earth, you know, and realize that we need her to live, because without her we are nothing. And so, you know, that there's a lot of breakdowns in that, you know. Don't be greedy, you know, don't be consumeristic, because when you consume in excess, it's bad for the mother. And the last thing was connect to spirit. And you know, you can connect to spirit through the first two things, but you can also connect to spirit just by connecting to spirit, you know, giving praise to the spirit of the universe, which is God, and it's all the same thing. Anyway, so well, I've done a lot of talking here today, so I don't know how much of this I'm going to use, but I'll probably use a bunch of it because I think it's pretty good. Anyway, so it's going to get cold for the ride home, so I'm going to head out. Life is good. Love and appreciate life. So on my couch surfing profile, you can if you're interested in couch surfing with me, you can just Google couch surfing Yosemite Bear, and my couch surfing profile comes up. Yeah, I found it yesterday when I was Googling myself.